Welcome back to Echo Ridge. Today I'm going to show you the results of a little experiment I made. As some of you may remember from a recent Let's Play, that I was having some difficulty growing the gas grass, and I thought it was due to the window tiles. As you can see it flickering here, liquids and gases also block light. Back to the experiment itself, I've got a pretty simple setup here. Each one of these chambers holds a different gas, and they're all at a consistent density at 2 kilos. I also chose just the most common gases that we see in the game, starting with oxygen, carbon dioxide, natural gas, chlorine gas, hydrogen, steam, polluted oxygen, and everybody's favorite, sour gas. You'll notice I have it paused at midday, and that's for the simple reason that we'll get the most amount of lux when we're doing our experiment. And what we can quickly see is that the oxygen, at least at 2 kilos, allows 100% of the light to pass through. The only difference is here that you're seeing is because of the window tile. As we especially can see here on the sides, despite the fact that window tiles say in their description allows light and decor to pass through, apparently it's sort of like radiation, and there is a diminishing effect even with the windows. I'm not even sure if that's intended or if it's just an accidental change they made recently. But next up we have the carbon dioxide. And you can see that each step down, we're reducing the light just a little bit more until we get to 9 tiles when it is just pitch black. The natural gas goes pitch black after 4 tiles. The chlorine goes pitch black after 5. The hydrogen goes pitch black after 9. The sour gas goes pitch black after 4. The polluted oxygen also goes pitch black after 9, as does the steam. In fact, for the gases that do go black after 9 tiles, the step downs are identical as far as the amount of lux being allowed through. So this sort of answered my question of why I was having so many problems back on that other playthrough, for the simple reason natural gas is one of the worst for allowing light to come through. Now in that playthrough I am pumping out the rooms, which helps the light come through more. And incidentally, for what it's worth, mesh tiles do allow 100% light through, as opposed to window tiles that do not. The next part of the experiment was me seeing how much the density impacts the light, and it does significantly. Each of these chambers are all filled with natural gas, starting off with 100 grams, which does still limit the amount of light coming through, just at a very reduced effect. The next one's 500 grams, and we do end up going pitch black once again at around 8 tiles. We double it up to 1 kilo worth of pressure, and we go pitch black after 4, but that seems to be the limitation, because even after 2 kilos, it doesn't change how much light is allowed through, with the 1 kilo and the 2 kilo having identical results. In fact, there's no change at 3 kilos, 5 kilos, or even 5,000 kilos. So it looks like there's a line at which point the gas does not have an increased diminishing effect on the light. The last setup I wanted to do was doing the same thing, except this time using some liquids. Once again, I've kept the densities the same, all at 1,000 kilos, and we're using water, polluted water, salt water, and brine. And again, we see very similar results. And to no one's surprise, the liquids also have a diminishing effect on the amount of light allowed through. It looks like the liquid that allows the most light through is actually brine, with the least being polluted water. Salt water and standard water are allowing the exact same amount of light through. I know this was a very short video, but I thought it was informative, and since I had to run the experiment anyways, I figured why not put it on a video. I hope you learned a little something about light and how it impacts the different gases and liquids. Let me know in the comments below if there's some other experiments you'd like to see. So until next time, much love, happy gaming, and I'll talk to you soon.